$500 more each and every month for Social Security, including retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, and RRB beneficiaries. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now just a couple weeks ago, I was out in a separate video discussing this exact topic. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars more each and every month for the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries to cover basic necessities. Well, the official numbers are in, and they're a little bit surprising, but at the same time, not all that shocking. That's what I want to cover for you here in the video, so let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate, I'm here for you right by your side each and every day, doing all the necessary research and watching all this new information hitting the wire, breaking it down each and every day so you can stay updated with what is actually going on during this very busy and crazy time with things that are changing so incredibly fast. And ultimately, I want you to know how this is going to impact you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, your bank account, and of course, anything out there right now you can possibly grab and or take advantage of, including money, benefits, raises to benefits, checks, programs, stimulus, or anything else like that. Of course, I want to bring it to your attention right away. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, so you don't miss any videos going forward, and I'll continue to be here for you every single day, as that's my dedication, and I'm sticking to it. All right, thanks again. Let's jump into it and talk about $500 more every single month is what the low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries need every single month right now just to cover the basic necessities. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, a couple weeks ago, I was out in a separate video talking about this exact topic. In fact, I came out in that video asking those of you right here in this community, how much more do you really need right now to cover the basic necessities? In other words, with all this inflation that we're currently dealing with and have been for the last year and a half now, or even longer than that, how much do we really need right now just to bring you back to even? In other words, how much extra money would you need right now just to buy the same old things that you were buying, say, a year and a half or a little bit longer ago than that, to bring you back to what you were buying at that time for the same amount of money? Well, here's what it's coming in as. Like I said earlier, this is surprising, but at the same time, it is not that shocking at all, considering all the reports that we've been seeing coming across, hitting the wire as of recently, showing that the average household right now is spending over $700 more every single month right now than what we were about a year or a year and a half ago, just to cover the basic necessities and to buy the exact same things. That's surprising, and that is the average household, remember. Some households are spending way more than that. Some households are obviously spending less, but that is the average according to these reports, over $700. That's crazy. Seriously, that is a lot of money. By the way, that is $8,400 per year that it needs to, or that is being spent right now, more than what we were a year and a half ago, just to buy the same old things. It doesn't mean that we're out buying big screen TVs, new shoes, and new clothes, and new cars, and all kinds of fun stuff every day. No, this is just for the same old things that we were buying a year ago and a year and a half ago for the same items, right? But now we're paying more for the same old items because inflation, our favorite word of the day, or what I should say, our favorite word of the year. Not. Anyway, it's not our favorite word. However, it is a very popular word this year, though. However, so those of you here in the community, I asked you in that video a couple weeks ago, I said, how much more do you really need right now in the event that Congress were to come together and issue some type of, raise to benefits or temporary raise to benefits, like what we saw back in early 2020 when the group of senators came out and introduced a short-term $200 per month raise to Social Security. Do you remember that one? Yeah, of course you remember that one. That was a very big one out there that many people were very excited about. All of us were very excited. We were all jacked up and super excited for it. And then, of course, it never ever happened, right? So that was one that we were really looking forward to back in early 2020 when things were really hitting the fan in a big way, right? That small group of senators came out and introduced that, and of course, nothing ever happened. But as a result of that, I was asking you, what is it that you really need right now? How much would you really need on an ongoing basis? And again, I was kind of giving some parameters. Is it $200 a month? Is it $250? Is it $300? Is it $400? Is it $500? Do you think it would be another $1,000 every single month? Well, there's a lot of comments that came in on that video. In fact, I will link that video down below at the top of the comment section if you do want to see that one. Pretty good video and some pretty good stuff out there. But thousands of comments came in on that video. and those of you here in the community have spoken. Here's what it comes down to. According to what I was reading on that, the average person here in the community, now again, some people need more, some people less, but I would be saying the average person needs between $400 and $500 right now every single month extra just to get by with the same old things that you were getting about a year and a half ago that you were getting that you cannot get anymore just because of all this inflation, right? So that's really what it would come down to. In the event that Congress were to approve some type of extra ongoing check, like a regular, ongoing recurring stimulus check or monthly payment or maybe a short-term boost to benefits or anything like this along these lines, this is what we would need to see. According to those of you here in the community and everybody that was leaving the comments on that previous video, according to what I'm seeing, the range that I'm seeing out there right now is about $400 to $500. That's scary and really sad. Now, let me point this out as well. And obviously, you probably already thought about this, but let me just point this out. Here's the thing. Are fixed income benefits increasing? No, not really. Not right now anyway, with the exception of the annual cost of living adjustment. Other than that, benefits aren't really raising all that much, right? They're pretty much staying stagnant. In other words, incomes are staying the same. Well, here's what it comes down to. If somebody really needs an extra, say, $200, $300, $400, $500 or something like that every single month just to get the basic necessities and get by on a monthly basis, guess what happens? When incomes don't increase, guess what that means? It means that you need to cut back every single month by that same dollar amount. $200, $300, $400, $500 every single month is what people need to cut back, because if incomes are not increasing, what do you got to do? That means you need to cut back, right? So super sad situation. So basically what it comes down to is a year and a half ago when all of us were buying and getting the things that we needed, anywhere between $200, $300, $500 more worth of things about a year and a half ago that we're not getting today because of this inflation. Essentially what that means is the average household who is low income or fixed income, all the fixed income benefits I mentioned at the beginning of this video, are essentially getting hundreds of dollars less worth of things this year, like right now, because of this inflation than what we were getting about a year to a year and a half ago. So what does that translate into? Does it translate into all the fun stuff? Highly doubt it. No, it translates into food. It translates into turning the thermostat down in the winter, turning the thermostat up in the summer, making your home warmer, putting less gas in your car, putting less food in the pantry, putting less food in your fridge, right? All of these things, because if it's costing you more to buy the same old things that you were buying a year and a half ago, essentially what it comes down to is, because of that, prices are significantly higher. That means you get less and less, right? So the pantry and the food the pantry and the refrigerator are probably looking a little bit more empty these days than what they were looking like maybe a year or a year and a half ago before all of this inflation really came in, right? Because if the incomes don't increase to keep up with that inflation, that just means we need to cut back to actually, continue to get the same things at an increased price. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah, so super sad situation, and this is really being reflected in the households of the low income and fixed income. Now again, I don't need to sit here and tell you this all day because everybody here is living this. You're experiencing this here right now. You know what it's like. You're the people that have been leaving the comments down below. Again, I've been reading the comments and I've been seeing all this, and everybody here in this community, yes, we've all been experiencing this. This is the real situation right here, right now, that everybody is experiencing, right? Not only that, over the last several months now, probably a year now, actually, realistically, it's been a very long time, I continue to come back in regular videos all the time showing you all these reports that continuously coming out showing the low income and the fixed income are really being the people that are really getting hurt right now because of all of this inflation. Even though these reports continue to come out and show that maybe inflation is subsiding a little teeny tiny bit on some items, but then we continue to come back and see, oh wait, inflation is actually still very high right now, especially on food and shelter and healthcare and all these other things that the low income and fixed income generally spend a higher percentage of their income on. Again, is that fair? No, it's not fair at all, right? So anyway, kind of some shocking information here, but like I said, it's not all that surprising. We kind of anticipated this, and we pretty much knew that it was going to be a big number. It's a lot of extra money that people would need on an ongoing monthly basis just to make ends meet. However, here is one little silver lining. Now again, I want to make this very clear. this has not been approved on a nationwide level, but I do want to say this much. All of these guaranteed basic income programs that are popping up all across the country right now, as in GBI, guaranteed basic income, very similar to a universal basic income program, but it's not the same thing. Here's what's interesting about them. Most of these programs do send out, check it out, $500 every single month. Is it just a magical number, or is there just a weird coincidence? No, it's because most of the time, these programs and the people behind them actually understand that most people really need about $500 extra every single month to actually make a difference in their lives, and that's what we're seeing right now. So, I just want to make it very clear that these programs are not approved on a nationwide level, but these guaranteed basic income programs all across the country that continue to pop up out there are usually around $500 every single month for usually about 12 months, maybe even 24 months in some instances, or even a little bit longer in other cases. So these programs are really, really the key to helping out the low income and fixed income. These programs are pretty helpful. In fact, I've talked about the reports that have come out talking about guaranteed basic income and universal basic income programs previously, and they continue to find from report after report after report, survey after survey after starting these programs, that these programs significantly increase the livelihoods and the lifestyle of the people receiving the payments, right? So it's a very, very powerful program. However, it's only in isolated areas all around the country. So sure would be nice if they rolled this out on a nationwide program, especially focused on the very low income and, again, the fixed income. With incomes, maybe 100% or maybe 150% of the federal poverty line, these individuals could definitely use some help from these programs. Anyway, I want to come back for you and give you a quick synopsis of what I found from the comments section and the surveys from those of you here in the community. It's very clear. An extra $400 to $500 is very much needed right now for the low income and fixed income as a result of our favorite friend, inflation. We don't like inflation. It is not our friend, and it really needs to go away sometime soon, right? We just need to shake this inflation friend, right? We got to get rid of him. Anyway, I'll continue to keep you posted with anything else going on out there right now. There's a lot of different things that are happening. Things are changing very rapidly, and we are getting new announcements, reports, and information hitting the wire every single day. No matter what, I'm here for you each and every day to break it all down and to keep you posted with what's going on and do whatever I possibly can to get out to Congress and remind them additional money, checks, stimulus, raises to benefits, or anything else like that is needed for the low income and fixed income. So again, please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, have a good one, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you again later in the next